Hello, and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Sean, and I am Cilla's husband. And today, she is putting me on the spot and asking me to do a layout for her 30 days of sketches?
No.
No?
No. So we are doing an interview today. We've been planning this since way back in the summer, and time got away from us. And we decided we're going to close out the year with this interview. It was supposed to be face-to-face, and we don't have the hairstyles for that today. So we're going to
I just woke up. I got a thing going on.
So we're going to do hands. And then I shocked Sean and told him he's going to create a layout so that we have something to look at while we're talking and doing the interview.
This is intimidating.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so take it away, Sean.
Did me take it away?
This kit is from 30 Days of Sketches.
The kit is for 30 Days of Sketches.
My kits.
Okay, yeah, but can I look at the thing?
So what is this?
This is a page. These are page maps.
Correct.
And so based on for December of this year, and so I was looking at it, and Cilla said I should choose one of these. And so since there's only one photo, I was going to do that one. But if I cut this, could I actually make two photos?
You sure can. You can.
There's no rules?
There's no rules. There's no wrong way to do scrapbooking.
Okay.
According to Ginger.
According to Ginger? Who's Ginger?
Ginger of Ginger's Corner.
Okay. Alrighty. So where's the thing? The cutting thing?
The cutter things are to your right.
Okay.
Because I'm right-handed, and that's how I have it set up.
Me too.
So you want to turn it around.
Turn it around. Okay. What do I line the thing up on?
So you want to bump this up against your top. That's what keeps it straight.
Okay.
And then open this up. Your cut line is in here, but it also, this ruler here inside guides you as well.
Okay.
Okay, while Sean is working, I'm going to ask the first question. Sean, what was your first impression when I told you that one of my hobbies is scrapbooking?
I really had no concept of what that actually meant. My exposure to scrapbooking was fairly limited. Just, kind of like the old school, just pieces of paper on a page, and that's about it. It wasn't certainly the artistic endeavor and all thing that you actually put into it so I had no real clue.
So you've kind of gone into the second question. Generally, what do you think about scrapbooking?
I think it's a wonderful creative outlet for a lot of people. It's established you with all sorts of opportunities to create and to tell your stories. You are a storyteller by nature and a memory keeper by nature, and it gives you that outlet. And I think probably more than anything, it's given you a community on the other end of this glass and on the screen and with the group chats that you create and stuff like that. And it's given you a great outlet for friendship and creativity and sharing. And to me, that's a wonderful thing.
I love this community. It is one of my absolute favorite parts. So let's talk about the picture a little bit. Yeah. So tell what we're doing in this photo.
Oh, this is us endeavoring to get the dogs to pay attention and to look at the camera. And they absolutely hate these outfits, Kayla in particular, hate these outfits and are desperate to get them off. And the only way we could actually get them to look at the camera in any meaningful way was to hold a piece of bologna above the camera.
It worked.
So this is them staring at the piece of bologna going, I want the bologna.
It works. We got to do what we got to do.
Right.
Okay, so this was our Christmas card.
Yeah.
This is what we sent to our family members. Okay, so let's look at the sketch.
Right.
And which one, since you cut it in two pieces, did you change your mind on which sketch you wanted to use?
I did. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this one.
So you wanted to use half of this 2-page spread?
What?
So this is a 2-page spread.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I didn't realize that.
It's okay.
How about this one? No, that's another. Yeah, is that a single? Yeah, that one.
Okay, so we don't have to use every single element that's on the layout.
Okay.
We can make it our own.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the base. You need your base.
The base.
Which color do you want to use? So I gave you a couple of options for a base.
Okay, do you typically use something relatively plain or?
I do.
Okay. I like this one.
Do you like the wood grain?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to do 2 layers of blocks. So one block is a little bit longer than the other block.
Okay, this is the longer one. Is this one?
So you want that to be the longer block?
Yeah.
You know, in here it looks like the polka dots. So we're going to cut that out of this one. Okay.
Which is the other one?
And then we've got a more square block. So this is rectangular, and then this is a more square block that we're going to put on top of it.
Okay. Which one's going to be more visible? I want this one here to be more visible.
So this one we're going to make the more square out of. This one's going to be rectangular.
Okay.
And then we'll make we have this long banner here at the bottom that we'll make out of the fa-la-la.
Okay.
I think that'll look really good. You've made some great decisions. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Now what?
We need to start cutting your paper.
Okay. We have to cut
So,
cut this thing off, right?
This is called the branding strip. We want to remove that. And while you're removing that,
okay.
I'm going to ask you question number 3.
Okay. Do I need to be, how precise do I need to be on this?
Pretty darn. So you want to get on this cut line.
Okay.
So I lay down your guide so that you can see where that's going to cut.
It's not in the same line over here.
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
So press down and cut. Question number 3. What are the pros, and you've already kind of answered that, of scrapbooking?
I think outside of the things that I probably mentioned, and I know you and I don't necessarily agree on this one, I think in the wake of it all, it'll be a chronicle of how you saw the world and how you saw life and experienced life and the things that were meaningful to you. And as much as you think that your boys and everybody else aren't necessarily going to appreciate that, I think they will. And so I think in the context of memory keeping and storytelling and sharing how you experience the world, people will want to be able to see that. And I think your boys will ultimately want to be able to see that. I think you're probably right. They're not going to keep everything, but I think there's a lot more meaningful things in the list of things that you scrapbook over the years that they'll want to keep.
Okay, that's a good answer.
And in the here and now, obviously, it's your creative outlet, and it brings you joy and peace. And when you get that feeling in your head that you haven't been creative, you need that outlet. And in that sense, if you were to get anxious and stuff like that, instead of taking it on me, you come up here and create.
Sometimes that's what I do.
Now what?
So we're making a block out of this one.
Okay.
So we're making a 9-inch block.
How do we know this is 9 inches?
Because I've measured it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is not exact, but
what do I do with this stuff?
Just leave it over to the side.
Okay.
So this isn't exact because we basically framed this, but we have a rectangular block and then we have a more square block.
Okay.
And then we are going to, we need, just for a moment.
Okay.
Not for good.
All right.
We need to go ahead and start adhering these.
Okay. You got that glue thing, right?
The yellow one?
The yellow one. I always see you do this. It's always... Okay. So around the edges in the middle? Mm-hmm. What do I do?
So you pull the button in and then do a strip. Yep. You can use that much if you want to. It's a lot.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
What do I normally do? Just kind of like that?
Yeah, I just tack the corners.
Oh, okay. Oops, I went too far.
It's okay.
So
what I do is you can just rub it up with your thumb like that.
Okay.
Okay, now let's adhere this one. And do you want your lines in your wood grain going horizontal or vertical?
Well, if we go horizontal, it's going to make us look fat, right?
We're not in this photo.
It'll make the girls look fat?
It will not make them look bad.
Okay.
So we're going vertical.
We're going vertical.
Are we?
No.
We want to go horizontal.
Horizontal, like
Okay.
shiplap.
So let's, there
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
Now you
Now
line up.
centered it.
So this, we want to go this
Okay.
way because it's rectangular.
Center it.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly.
That's close enough. Very good. And now you want to adhere this one in the middle
Just
of that
in the
one.
corners this time.
Okay. Question number 4. What are the cons of scrapbooking?
I'm not sure if it's so much the cons of scrapbooking per se, but I think you and I will both, you certainly feel this way, is that your space up here is way up in the very top of our house, and it removes you from kind of the day-to-day life of our family, like our home. And so you're feeling isolated. And I come up here at times when you have your chair clear, and just kind of hang out. But at the same time, you spend a whole lot of time up here on your own.
But I'm not really, because I'm usually talking to someone.
Yeah, true, but it just, you're disconnected from the rest of the household, which is probably both a pro and a con. One, it gives you opportunity to focus and stay connected and whatnot, but
we don't have children.
there's not for me to, you know, I'm not in a position to distract you, except when I walk up here and interrupt you recording a video.
True. But I mean, I know, and
Where's this go?
it goes kind of positioned like that.
Toward the top?
When I was in Alabama, I didn't do videos. And, you know, I had to deal with the hustle and bustle of having kids at home and that kind of noise. I don't have to deal with that here. That's really not something that is a challenge.
Part of me thinks that I probably should say something about cost, but I don't really think of that.
We'll get there.
Like, it's an expense.
Yeah,
but,
you're kind of leading into some of the other questions that I already have.
But I don't. I got my home electronics, and so I spend money on that stuff.
I know,
and, so,
and I've talked before about how you keep track of what we spend on hobbies. It's not just my hobby. You keep track of what you spend too.
But I don't actually look at it.
It's not impactful to you.
Correct.
It is to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're wanting to cut the text so that you can read it. So we don't want to cut down this way to make our banner. We want to cut across this way.
Okay.
And our banner looks to be like about 3 inches.
3
So
inches.
you're going to
What am I
measure.
measuring?
So you want to turn it around.
Turn it around.
And then go to the 3-inch mark. And bump it up. Yep, perfect. It's like you know how to use a ruler and stuff.
Yeah, I passed elementary school.
Okay. Next question. When you were first introduced to this hobby, what did you think about the cost?
I was amazed at how much a piece of paper cost, just in general.
So we're going to cut about...
more than anything else, I think that was more a function of the pre-Tuesday morning stuff where you got like a whole lot of deals on them and stuff.
Yeah. So like we cut 1 inch off it.
Okay.
So that we can make our banner.
Okay. So I
Came
think
with the scissors, the orange.
That, and I think I was amazed at, what are you looking for?
The orange handled scissors.
I was amazed at just the scale of supplies, right? Like when you're not part of a subculture in society, you don't really appreciate how
far it goes.
How far it goes. And so in the context of scrapbooking, you know, the trees are upside down.
I need you to put glue on this.
Oh. Just like before, just in the corners?
Yeah. Don't go too far.
So I think in that context, I was just amazed at how much stuff.
How many different components?
How many different brands? How many? Just the overall scale of how big of an industry and hobby it was. I keep saying hobby like it's some sort of derogatory term, but it's not.
It isn't. Not at all. Okay.
Okay, center this. What am I doing with this?
So it layers kind of toward the bottom. So we want to show just a little bit of this, but not all of it.
Any of this?
So something like this.
Okay.
And this is a particularly for me. I don't like for the point in my banner to come into the papers. I want it to be on the white. So.
Okay.
That's just me being strange and weird.
Pedantic?
Maybe. Okay.
Okay. Well,
So let's use the B side of that paper.
B side, like an album.
And let's just do, because they've got another pattern up here at the top, let's just cut about 3/4 of an inch of that off. So question number 6, 10 years later.
10 years later, yeah.
But we're about 10.5 years into now.
Something like that.
When I first wrote these questions down, we were at the 10-year mark.
Okay.
Time has passed.
I was going to say, that was like 3 months ago.
No, it was more than that. We're in December now. We first met each other in July.
Oh, that I thought you meant like 10 years as in the 10 years of the first date.
Not our anniversary.
Okay, all right.
It's 10 years since we've really started talking to each other and knowing each other.
Okay, all right.
We're giving way too much information for this video. This is scrapbooking.
Right.
This is not the Sean and Priscilla show. Okay, we need to cut about 1.5 inches off of that.
Oh, I probably should have put this thing away then.
It's okay. So 10 years later.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cost now? So you talked about from the beginning what you thought. What do you think now?
I think it's just part of our normal household expenses, and we need to budget for it. And you have made a concerted effort to use more of your stuff. And so I think, like as I said, I keep track of it, but I don't actually pay attention to what you're spending. But I think you're spending less than what you were previously.
We went over it just not too long ago.
I know, but I don't remember.
I did a really good job.
You did a good job.
I only spent 1/3 this year what I spent in 2022, which was a lot.
That's right.
Okay,
but it wasn't your peak.
No, 2020 was my peak. That's when we had to just, you didn't, because you refused to be a part of that process.
I
am not saying no to you, is what you said to me.
All I did was show you the how much you were spending. That was it. And you made your own decisions.
But you weren't even showing it to me to show me what I was spending. You were just like, well, how do we budget this?
Yeah, that was it. Right.
And I was like, well, we don't, because we're not spending that much anymore.
Okay,
so we're just going to tuck that under there.
I probably shouldn't have got the glue so close.
It's okay. It's okay. This glue you can reposition for a little bit.
Okay.
And then, so you're going to have to put glue on back of that.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got a little bit of time that you can reposition it before it adheres completely.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot of glue, wasn't it?
It's okay. I've got more glue. So we're just going to tuck that under there. So we show about 1/2 inch of it.
Okay. Should it be lined up to that edge? Or?
It doesn't have to be exact.
Okay.
Because we cut it shorter for a reason.
All right, I'm good with that.
Okay. If you're happy with that, then...
Except that now I screwed it up. All right. There we go.
How pretty. You're making a beautiful layout.
I really am.
Okay, so you alluded to this already, and I'll just go ahead and ask you the question, and you can get deeper in it if you want.
Yeah.
In Alabama, when I worked on a project, we were able to be in the same space and do our own things.
Right.
Here in our home in New York, I'm separated from our main living space. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm not a general fan of it. I think for me, it throws me into a choice, because we got these two guys or girls here, and so while Charlie will come up with us, Kayla will not. She's afraid of the stairs.
Correct.
And so, in a certain sense, I feel like they need interaction too. They need playtime. They need us time. They love us. They would like being around. They're always up our butts. They always need to be in the same room when we are. I guess I shouldn't say that on camera. Well, like your southern euphemisms you've thrown out there haven't been a little... Anyway, I feel like I need to be downstairs to be with them, so that I can let them out and go pee and interact with them and stuff like that. And so in that context, I feel like you're up here, and me coming up here deprives them, and then me being down there deprives you of us time. So I try to find a certain balance. I probably spend more time down there
because
with them.
Your stuff is down there
because my stuff is down there too,
and it's easier to...
Right, when I'm futzing around with smart home stuff and whatever on the computer or whatever, I need to be with my computer, and I have a laptop up here, but it doesn't have all the stuff. So all right.
Okay, I completely understand that. Okay, that was question number 7.
So basically, I feel like it deprives us of time together.
Yes.
Right.
Which we don't get a lot of that, but
Right.
because of our careers.
Right.
That is a challenge.
Right.
Number 8, before scrapbooking came into your life, how did you preserve your memories?
I did not. Not only not externally, but as you well know, my conversational and my event recall, like if I get prompted for something, I'll probably remember it, but I will not remember something on my own, probably. So I did not preserve memories, and so I think, as I was saying earlier, I think I don't know, I obviously want to think of this, right? But should at some point you be gone, right? Being able to flip back and through and seeing the memories that you thought were impactful or meaningful, and you took the time to scrapbook, that to me is going to prompt memories of wonderful times and a great part of my life and all that kind of stuff. Probably make me cry a lot too, but to me, I think this is an important aspect. On my own, I don't remember stuff like that. I think photos now, I take photos of stuff. They'll come up and they'll get stored in Google Photos, and that's how I remember things, but I don't typically go through them a lot. So
this question's not on it, but because of how you explained this, it led me to this
do I stick these
question.
down? What are we doing with these now?
You can do them side by side like this if you want.
Well, I've separated them for a reason. So
Why did you separate them for?
because I thought maybe there could be something in between, like to.
Okay. So what do you want to put in between?
I don't know. You got lots of stuff here to choose from, right?
I do, but
Okay.
we needed to kind of know that in advance.
Do we?
So
Okay.
let's pause.
Okay.
Okay, we're back, and we've made some decisions.
I got the stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about what you've chosen here.
All right. I thought these hats would be whimsical, and since we already have the photo, I figured I'd put them on the dogs just for whimsy and fun. These just kind of, I don't know, around. I'll figure that out in a minute. I want to do like a little swoopy thing because I was looking at the sketch, and so we'll use that for kind of make, yeah, like here. And I thought I'd kind of do it over here and then down or whatever. And then I think these are cute.
Okay.
And this for journaling. And these, I have no idea where. But we'll figure that out.
Okay. So before we paused, I had alluded to that you had led me into a different question. And you mentioned that you have things on Google.
Yeah.
What do you think about the tactile nature of paper compared to everything being on digital?
I think that while phones have given us a great opportunity to take photos basically without cost, I think the process of going through back in the old days, I'm certainly dating myself here, when you used to have to take a roll of film into the thing and get them printed, gave you reason to look at them again and to remember the moment, and they became, I think, more special because they were printed. Now we just take photos because we can take photos, and I don't tend to ever really look through them again. And so printing them, putting them on a piece of paper, I think it highlights the memories that came with all the journaling and all the other stuff, and particularly with your videos. You're telling stories around the photos itself, whereas what I tend to have just in Google Photos is just a photo without any of the backstory, without any of the context, without any of the emotion or whatever that went into it.
One of the features, speaking of that, in Google Photos, and Teresa and I have talked about this quite a bit, I love the fact that you can add comments down below the photo so that so for people who don't scrapbook, they're able to preserve that moment and those memories in text. But for people who scrapbook, it's a great benefit because sometimes you forget details.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the photo, you remember the day, but sometimes you just forget the details. And that gives you the ability to just write those, the who, what, when, where, at a minimum.
Yeah.
You have those details.
Sorry, my OCD was kicking in.
No worries. So
Do I
now
glue,
how do you
hang on,
preserve
do
memories?
I glue these down?
You position how you want it and then start adhering. Yeah.
Can I do it this way?
You do it however you want to, honey.
Something like that.
Okay. So now how do you preserve your memories?
I don't do anything different, I don't think. I just take the photos. You take more photos than I do. I think probably more than anything else. And I don't know if this is right or wrong. I think I tend to rely on you.
Yeah, I think so too. You hand me things because you know I'm going to bring them up in
Correct.
this room. So like memorabilia,
Yeah.
different things like
Like
that.
the concert tickets or like the Nate Bargatze tickets, or we'll do the...
You keep them and make sure I keep up with them.
Yeah, like I found those New Orleans Saints
Yes.
one a little while ago. The check from my dad, the birthday check, the very last birthday check that my dad ever gave me, and I never cashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a follow-up question, did the
Do I glue these down now?
Yes, you can now. As a follow-up question, did the long-term aspect ever concern you of memory keeping?
The long-term aspect.
Like, did you ever think to yourself, my kids are not going to know what was important to me, or what happened in my life, or my grandchildren? Did you ever think about that?
I've never really thought about it. I think sometimes your ability to remember all the stuff I do wrong and then bring it up later, I think that's concerning. I know that wasn't your question. Sorry. We can take that out, can't we?
No.
I'm teasing. No, I don't think I ever... Like, the girls gave me that video. Or sorry, not the video. The girls gave me that book to fill out, right? And I don't think I've ever really done a good job of filling it out in its entirety. So, like, having my legacy preserved or move forward or whatever, I never really gave it a whole lot of thought. So,
Okay. Number 10, and we need to bring this home.
okay.
We depend on Google a lot for storage, accessing, and searching. Does that ever concern you?
Certainly Google has a history of ending certain products and services and functions that can be concerning, and we met on one of those platforms
That no longer
that no longer exists. I think I have less concerns about Google Photos as a product and a service than I do about some of the else, but I also know that if push were to ever come to shove, there is an option within Google to, I think that, what do they call it, Google Takeout or something like that, where you can basically go in and you can archive all of your stuff. And so in that sense, I think I'm less concerned about photos in that context.
I worry about it.
Yeah.
I worry that they one day are just going to be like, we're done with this. And we would be shopping for another platform to store our photos.
Yeah.
We have a lot stored.
Tens of thousands. As I said, I don't think I'd worry so much about whether our photos are going to be gone, like forever, and we'll never be able to get them back. I don't tend to worry about that. I think it's more along the lines of what will we do in the alternative. But I'm sure there are other photo archive services out there. I've never really looked at them. I got really close to the edge on that one.
Mm-hmm. It's your layout.
Okay. All right. Now
okay, we've got to bring it home. So that's all of the questions. Okay. I appreciate you being candid and answering these and giving way more information than anyone needs to know about us.
I'm sorry about that last one. I was being funny.
She's OP.
I was trying to be funny.
Well, I think that was only funny in your head.
Probably. All right. Now for some whimsy. These comes pre-sticked.
They do come pre-sticked.
For Kayla. There we go.
Okay.
How are these open? Whoa! These come pre-sticked?
They are not. You're going to have to add adhesive to those.
Okay, I'm going to do something probably that's not.
You might want to turn it upside the other way.
What?
You might want to turn it the other way.
Oh. Okay. We're going to be all symmetrical here.
Are we?
Or alternating colors anyway.
Okay. So we definitely have alternating colors.
Yeah. And we're going to do this above the journaling card. These are adhesive. These adhesive?
Yeah, they have 3 points of adhesion.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now what?
Hand me your stuff and I'll start packaging back up.
Okay. And then we got these little doodads, right?
You don't have to use them if you don't want to. It's just something that I threw out there.
Okay.
And you have those ornaments over there.
Oh yeah, the ornaments.
So these are usually considered as finishing touches.
Okay. I suspect you probably put more thought into these kinds of things, don't you? Just gotta stick it in my hand randomly.
It's okay. This is a good way to get stuff used.
Okay. Where's your list of questions? I want to ask you some of the questions.
This video's going on for a really long time. Yeah. We need to wrap it up.
What do you consider the pros and cons of scrapbooking?
The pros in scrapbooking is keeping the memories, having that available for generations to come to review, to kind of look at and see how things have changed. And sometimes you see the more things change, the more they stay the same as far as human nature. The cons is, for me, has become all the supplies. You know, the gathering, low impulse control in buying, especially when Tuesday morning was in business. I just bought all the things. And now I'm paying for that in the aspects of the space to house it. Mm-hmm. So that's that really is the only con, in my opinion. I love scrapbooking. I love everything about it.
You're good at it.
Thank you.
What about the introduction? You made a conscious choice to introduce video into your craft and hobby.
That was born out of my feeling so overwhelmed in this space.
Okay.
Because in Alabama, I had...
I feel like something needs to go here.
What do you want to go there?
I don't know. I also know we're going really long in this video.
We are going really long in this video, so we need to wrap it up.
All right, why don't we wrap it up, and if I do anything more here, we can throw that at the end.
Maybe. In Alabama, I was able to hide things. So I didn't have that constantly in my view of, wow, I've got so much stuff. And then up here, I don't have that option. It's kind of all displayed. And it was overwhelming when we brought it all together. So, okay, let's take this home.
All right. So this is certainly nowhere near as nice as some of the stuff that you do. But you threw me on the spot, and this is what I came up with. I'm generally happy with it.
Well, good. That's exactly how you need to feel when you finish your layout. You need to just feel happy with it.
Right. And I suspect this will go on the back of one of your albums as opposed to the front.
No.
But I'm glad we did the video too.
We're
thank you for including me.
Well, you're welcome. Part of the journaling is going to be Sean made this, not me.
Disclaimer.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a little bit different for my channel, but Sean is a huge part of my life, and I wanted to include him and ask him questions about, because scrapbooking now has become a big deal in this household.
It has.
And it wasn't in your life before.
It was not. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that.
Thank you for joining us. Come back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.